there, it's Elana from Essence Coaching, and as you may know, I just wrote my first book called Finding Your Own Happy, A Soul Searcher's Guide to Peace and Happiness in Everyday Life. I am super excited that my book is out there in the world and that many of you are actually reading it. Now, there's a funny feeling that happens when you write a book, which is that it feels a little bit like a a one-way conversation. I've shared a whole bunch of stuff with you in this book that you're reading, and I would love to open it up to have a two-way conversation. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to answer any questions you might have, to get what is going on for you in response to my book, and to help clarify or to support you, or to just even answer questions about the process and how I wrote it, how I got it published, anything like that. So I'm starting up live Q&A conversations about my book on a weekly basis, and I would love, love, love if you would join me. Now, if you don't have a copy of the book, you can find the ebook version on Amazon. Again, it's Finding My Own Happy, and my name is Elana Davidson, so you can just search it there. Or pop me an email, elana@divineessencecoaching.com, and I'll make sure that you get a copy so that you can read the book and be part of the conversation. As we go forward today, I would like to read for you a little bit of the introduction, a little bit of who I wrote this book for, why I wrote this book, just to give you a sense of it. And then if it appeals to you, if it speaks to you, if this feels true for you, I would love to have you on these calls and have you in the conversation about finding your own happy and what it takes to be happy. So I'm just going to do a little reading for you, and then we'll talk a little bit more at the end about how to stay connected. So here we go. Here's the introduction. When you come to the edge of all the light you have, and must take a step into the darkness of the unknown, believe that one of two things will happen. Either there will be something solid for you to stand on, or you will be taught how to fly. Patrick Overton. Do you feel like you've done all the right things, tried all the right tools, processes, or therapies, and you're still not all that happy? You heard that happiness is a choice, right? But does it feel like a choice for you? How about change your thinking, change your life? Or you create your own reality. You just need to get out more, to think more positively, to try a little harder, apply yourself. Maybe if you would just cheer up. Life isn't that bad. Look at all the great things you have going for you. After a while, I started to hate all of this advice, all these cliche sayings, because my feelings of unhappiness weren't because I wasn't trying. They weren't because I didn't have the right attitude or wasn't thinking the right thoughts. They were so much more deeper than that. I'd done so much of that self-help, be positive, happiness is a choice kind of thing. But despite everything, I still didn't feel all that happy. I didn't know why, and I didn't know what to do about it. And no one else did really either, because everything they suggested, even if it helped a little, didn't ultimately bring me to a place of being happy. Sure, I could feel a little more happy, but it was like rolling a rock uphill most of the time. As soon as I got the rock up the hill, it would just roll right back down. It was exhausting. What if you've tried all of those suggestions and they're still not working? The tendency is just to blame yourself. Or maybe you're tired of working so hard all the time just to be a little happier. Yeah, I understand. I was totally that person. I wish I could find someone who could really get it and stop giving me all these surface level solutions to confusing and complex problems. I'm not unhappy just because I'm not thinking the right thoughts. It's so much more nuanced and complex than that. The psychotherapeutic model didn't really fit for me either. I didn't want to go on drugs, and I didn't want to be diagnosed with mental health disorder. I just wanted to figure out what my real problems were and why I had to work seemingly so much harder than anyone else just to feel happy. I wish there were someone, some resource, some healer, some psychic, some system or process that could help me understand what was going on with me, and not just understand it, but give me a solution to my problem. I searched and I searched, but I came up short over and over and over again. I got little fragments of information from lots of different places. And once I had gathered enough information, I started to put it together in my own way and discovered for myself through lots of trial and error what the missing pieces were. It was hard and so slow going, and sometimes it didn't seem like I was making any progress at all. It still seemed like I was pushing that boulder up that hill. It still kept rolling back down, though maybe the pushing wasn't as hard and the rolling down wasn't as far. But gathering enough information and learning how to use and apply it to myself over time, it did finally make a lasting and significant difference. Now, I know what it means to be happy without trying. Happiness is my natural state of being. This book is a gathering together of my story and all of the insights, tools, and processes that helped me finally find my own happy. If you've wondered for a long time why happiness seems to be so much harder for you than it does for everybody else, why you can't seem to figure it out, this book will offer you some of the missing keys and insights that will open the door to creating greater happiness and fulfillment in your life. Each time I offer these keys to others, whether they be friends, clients, or people I encounter in passing, I delight in witnessing the access to greater happiness it creates. Happiness may be a choice, but it's only a choice when you have the capacity to choose it. If you don't have all the right information or understanding about what's truly going on for you and what will truly create happiness for you, it can feel like it's an impossible choice to make. My hope for you in reading this book is that you will see what you've been missing. Instead of feeling pissed off when people tell you to just think positive, you will understand what truly creates your happiness, and happiness will be a choice that you can easily make. So welcome to Finding Your Own Happy. I'm glad you found me. I'm glad we're on this journey together. I would love to continue the conversation with you and answer your questions, hear your thoughts, whatever that is for you. I'm here to talk, to learn, to share, and I will be hosting a conversation every week on Finding Your Own Happy. You can find more about the upcoming events at my Facebook page, Facebook.com/empathic gifts, or you can search for, a little itch on my face. You can search for Essence. Technology! You can search for Essence Coaching on Facebook, and you can find me there. I will also be having conversations every week with other people in the field, other people who have thought about this question or exploring some topic that's relevant to the question of finding your own happiness. So be sure to tune in, check out what I'm doing, join the conversation, and let's make this a two-way conversation and continue forward. Again, if you'd like a copy of my book, just send me an email, elana@divineessencecoaching.com, and I'll be happy to hook you up. And thanks for tuning in, and here's to finding your own happy, whatever it takes.